Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about Radiance once again. Now, it is undeniable that Radiance store is the most exciting store in the game right now. Now, how much you care about the Radiance store will entirely depend on your participation in the competitive game modes effectively, and that is what it is intended to be. Like, it is a substitute for rewards in AQ, AW, BGs, and so on and so forth. And with that, Radiance is already a part of Battlegrounds. Now, very shortly, Radiance is going to be a part of Alliance War Rewards, starting with the next season in May the 28th. And starting from June, it is going to be replacing vast majority of the Alliance Quest rewards and Alliance Raids rewards. So starting June the 9th, that's going to be the Raids, and AQ is going to be June 16th. Pending the level of your Alliance play, there will be a massive variance in how much Radiance you get. But whether you get a ton, whether you get a moderate amount, it's still kind of important to understand how much your Alliance is going to be getting and what are the best values for it. So for example, finishing decently in Battlegrounds in Mysterium or above will net you like what, 150k a month, especially if you include the 30k guaranteed from the objectives. Finishing in Platinum 1 as an Alliance will give you another 150k, so that immediately will be 300k. And then Alliance Quest finishing somewhere in top 90, that's going to be times 3 or 4 in the span of the month, so that's going to be another 60-70k. Basically, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of Radiance flying around every month. Again, it would be interesting kind of provisorically figure out how much Radiance I can kind of expect to earn. I should probably do that very soon. But let's get back to the main point. The main point in this video is thanks to LL Stash. He actually went ahead and did the comparison between the value of Radiance and the value of Battlegrounds tokens, and which offers you kind of the most. Which items should you buy in the Radiance stores? Which items compare the best effectively? So, a huge shout out to LL Stash. I will leave a link to his channel in the video description below. He's a cool guy, long-time supporter of the channel, and has a channel of his own. He does upload from time to time. There is some cool and interesting stuff on there, just like what we're about to see here. So, he effectively compared the value of 1 Radiance to the amount of BG tokens for the items that are intersecting in the BG store and in the Radiance store. In other words, which items you are better off buying in the BG store, which items you are better off buying in the Radiance store, comparatively speaking to each other. So 7-star Crystal, 1 Radiance equates to 2.1 BG tokens. Tier 4 Alpha, 1 Radiance is 6.4 BG tokens. So that immediately tells us Tier 4 Alpha is significantly higher up, as I initially thought. Tier 6 CC, 1 Radiance equals 4.8 BG tokens. 1 Radiance 7.68 BG tokens if you compare it to Selector versus Selector. Radiance Store does not have random Tier 6 CC, hence 2 values. Tier 3 Alpha and Tier 6 Basic, it's 1 Radiance to 3.2 BG tokens. Tier 5 CC, 1 Radiance to 2.5 BG tokens. And Kabam's conversion rate of Radiance to BG tokens, 1 Radiance is 0.833 BG tokens, which is awful. So what are the conclusions to draw from this? Quite simply speaking, 7-star Crystal has the worst returns out of all the items in the Radiance store. Better to purchase 7-star shards from the BG store or leave it alone for the most part. 7 stars is not where it's at when it comes to the Radiance store. Tier 5 CC Selector is a next worst thing. Do not get those from the Radiance store whatsoever. Tier 3 Alpha, Tier 6 Basics lie somewhere in the middle. You probably still want to get them from the BG store because there are much better investments. Tier 4 Alpha has second best returns in Radiance store, but keep in mind also the amount that you can obtain and the exclusivity of the resource so far. So, in other words, definitely want to snag as much TFR Alpha as you possibly can. Keep in mind that Radiance store pricing does go higher and higher the more you buy of one item, but typically getting 5 or 6 out of the 10 available items within the store reset limit is still fine and safe because it has a curve. So, getting your 5-6 TFR Alphas from the Radiance store seems like a no-brainer with some of the first Radiance that you have available for you. Tier 6 CC, go for Radiance stores. It has the best returns out of all of these items when comparing, especially with the selectors. Even if you purchase random tier CCs from the BG store, the value is still third best while also getting tier 6 CC of your choice. So tier 6 CCs also make a lot of sense to obtain, and obviously the one thing that is not mentioned here is the tier 7 basics, which are not in the BG store, which will still be incredibly sought after resource. Now, obviously, Radiant Store has also lots of exclusive items, which will require your attention, like 6 stones, Titan shards, tier 7 basic, Awakening Gem shards. So you can kind of look at it, but again, 6 stones I think were a fairly good investment there. Titan shards is something that I probably wouldn't use the Radiance on. Tier 7 basic, absolutely yes. And Awakening Gem shards, I don't know if I'm going to be pursuing that too much. But don't buy BG tokens for Radiance. That's just silly. Yeah. So there we go. So this is a bit more concrete, numbers-based approach. And if we are going to go to the game and to the Radiance store, which we can do in a second, then yeah, obviously we still will want to be getting those tier 7 basics. As far as the crystals, any and all crystals stand, I'm personally not going to be kind of like pursuing that too heavily. I will try to obtain this stuff in other means, and then if I do have some Radiance left over, then perhaps, but crystals not it. Signature stones is something that I am after, and I will be investing some Radiance into the signature stones, the guaranteed ones more than likely. And then obviously we have the exclusive items like Mastery Point, which I want to grab eventually. And we have the 7-star Awakening Gem shards. Again, maybe if I'm ready, I think I will end up getting 1000 7-star Awakening Gem shards after the Valiant EQ comes out, because then I'm going to be nearly at an Awakening Gem, and I will want to grab like one bundle of those. There we go. Tier 4 Alpha, Tier 6 CC, Tier 7 Basic is what I personally will focus on in the Radiant store. Getting Tier 6 Basics, Tier 3 Alphas, Tier 5 CCs in the BG store. And then we'll be seeing what's left over for the 6 stones and everything else. So I figured you guys could find this somewhat interesting. Again, I will leave a link to the LL Stashes channel in the video description. And I hope you guys found this video useful. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next